And hello again, boys and girls. Welcome back to the stream. Of course, as your host, Miley Startled, and it is the weekend. So I've had a bit of a horrible weekend today because the fire alarm went off around about 3 in the morning, and so all the guys in the flat had to come out, and we're trying to find out who's in charge of the fire alarm. But it's a bit of a pain in the ass. In any case, so I'm a bit tired today, basically. I did a bit of offline Bulgaria, Hearts 4 to see if railway gun spam was workable, and since then I've had lunch, and now today we're going to move on to do a bit of Darthmod Napoleon, which I've been enjoying so far because it's quite a chill game to play. Anyway, where were we? That's right, we were actually going to play the game. Am I on the right settings? I believe I am. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Yes, okay, let's do this then. So, continue the campaign. And where we left off, the French had come to retake Calais, and we had an army stationed near Belgium, or the Batavarian Republic, trying to repair before we moved on to fight. So as you can see, there's a large contingent of Colonne attacks, which are extremely large and potent, and some reinforcing French forces. In the meantime, I have got a considerable force of light infantry, general infantry, but the French have brought an awful lot of cannons under Napoleon, so we will have to be rather clever about our positioning, otherwise we may end up in a bad spot. So Napoleon himself has turned up to give us a pasting, but I'm not too worried. Well, actually, I am. That's a lot of cannon. That's a lot of cannon, which I'm a bit worried about. So I'm going to have to see if I can find a way of ambushing their cannons before they can move into position, potentially sacrificing my cavalry to do so. Equally, the French troops are also extremely powerful, and so I have to be a bit wary about the French troops versus my own, because they can take a lot more of a pounding than I can.
Artillery units.
So this looks like a good reverse slope. So I'm going to put our reverse slope here. All the way along here. Actually, let's do it like this.
Damn this weather, sir! Wet powder makes misfires a certainty.
And then we're going to move some of our troops that are a bit more out of the way into here. And we'll try and hold the town of Calais where possible. Put our cavalry behind, and then I'm going to spread out the command is going to set up in the town, I believe. So, and then we're going to see if we can move our troops, our cannons up. But the cannons I want to use as a sort of force multiplier, so I want to move the cannons like that. And do the same here. We're going to spread our cannons out a bit.
Infantry, yes, sir. Order. Yes, sir. Troop, on limber. Medium cannon.
Cannons may have limited use over here, but we'll see what we can do.
Infantry.
Infantry.
Right away.
And these guys can go into reserve.
Revolutionary Guard! Yes, sir! Revolutionary Guard!
In the meantime, the rest of our troops can now set up their fortifications.
Revolutionary Guard! Revolutionary Guard! Infantry elite! Yes, sir! Guards! Yes, sir! Revolutionary Guard!
Revolutionary Guard.
Yes, sir!
A weird way of doing it, boys.
Yes, sir! Revolutionary Guard!
Revolutionary Guard.
Yes, sir! Sharpshooters in position. Infantry elite. Revolutionary Guard. Lightfoot. Group orders.
That centre appears maybe a tad too weak, so I'm going to move some troops over here just to make sure everything is a-okay.
Revolutionary Guard. Revolutionary Guard.
Hoping you guys would be a bit more quiet on that front, but I guess not. So I'm going to move some troops in reserve behind this mountain.
Yes, sir. Infantry elite.
And we're going to send the last of our troops over here.
Yes, sir.
So our cavalry, we're going to send 2 cavalry units on the left in this little divot. We're going to send our 2 cavalry units on the right. Hopefully one of these buildings are just behind, like so. And then the last cavalry unit can go in the rear here. So hopefully we can hide them. Fingers crossed we can. If not, we just go spread them out. And fingers crossed this will be enough to hold back the French. But we will see.
Cannon ready, sir.
So we've got a large contingent of cannons on the left, so if I can move this cavalry up and an early attack, eventually I can do some damage on those cannons. Was that cannons or cav? That's cav. Okay, right, maybe that's wrong. That's wrong. Move back over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Following orders. Battery reporting.
That grand battery is going to tear a hole in our centre. Yeah. Centre's taking a pounding. Let me redirect some reserves over to the right. That's cavalry. I want my infantry.
Sir! Infantry elite!
The amount of cannons being fired on this flank is insanity. Eventually we can now start manoeuvring some of our cavalry up on the left.
Yes, sir! Right away!
When do you think you can get into
Medium cannon!
one more volley? Oh my god. I have left a cavalry unit here to protect the cannons, which is a bit pants. I've left several cavalry units in reserve. These units are getting nice and close now. Let's switch to shrapnel shot.
Light foot! Infantry guard!
Okay, let's take a look. Lovely stuff. that colander attack.
Our men are running, sir.
Which units are running? The cannons on the right, on the left. Those cannons being... No. Right, keep hiding.
Our men are running, sir.
Where are my men running? Why are my men running? Where's my cavalry units? Where's my infantry units? The centre has a hole in it. Where's my reserve cav?
Our men are running, sir. Our men are running, sir.
The centre is collapsing.
Our men are running, sir.
The centre has been crushed completely. Where's the other cow?
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, a big old chain route going on.
Our men are running, sir.
Into Calais.
Our men are running, sir.
They just punched through us in pure late Napoleonic fashion.
We've taken a building, sir. We must use
Hold 39th line of foot.
Our men are running, sir.
Cowards!
Our men are running, sir.
Our entire right flank as well. Our entire left flank has been pushed off the line. Just need you guys to charge the cannons.
Our men are running, sir.
Where's the reinforcement? Can you turn the tide? Probably not. The Spencer's will not give up.
Revolutionary Guard! Sir!
A random artillery piece here, just being a nuisance.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, really? You guys got pushed off by Cav, okay. And the 39th line of foot just hold, but the French are sort of ignoring them, so you know. Right, I should have some reserves here somewhere. Which is the building that's been entered? This building, so if I withdraw these troops back, get these guys back as well.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
If you can, try and form a square, boys. I'd say it's all to play for, but pretty bad. This 46th line of foot has to get rid of these cannons. Do I have any cavalry left? No, they all got wiped. Hell, if you have to, just fire them. Another column to attack. More reinforcements coming in. That might be enough to save us.
Infantry elite. Following orders. Group orders.
I got a random unit over here. I don't know what this is.
Revolutionary Guard. Regard!
And I gotta make those cavalry commanders somewhere safe.
Infantry! elite.
125 men. These guys tired. Yeah, so that's why they keep on walking.
Following orders. Revolutionary Guard! Following orders. Quick! Close in! Into the breach!
Keep going, boys. You're tired, but you can manage it. And it's like these French troops are stuck.
The enemy? A lot of them. One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
There's Napoleon. Running round, abandoning the artillery position. It's a bit gamey, but it's working, so I'm not complaining.
Revolutionary Guard!
And make your way back over here, boys. And the last 100 of the regiment, 36th Regiment of Foot has to move over to engage. These are the line. So the first wave just crashed over us and just wiped us completely out. The whole centre gave way. Like, look at that. I didn't help with the artillery bombardments. I think most of the bodies are in fact my own.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
And then on the left, this is where you can see most of the French bodies prior to the attack. There's a load of French bodies here when they were charging, but I don't think it was enough. We did weaken them sufficiently to force them to withdraw, which is good.
Infantry elite. Infantry. Infantry elite. Yes, sir. Revolutionary Guard.
I'm not moving to the attack. I'll let the French troops reorganise. They just don't surrender. Look, they lose like 90% of their men and just keep attacking. They got one artillery piece left.
Revolutionary Guard!
That army can move forward to link up with this unit.
Revolutionary Guard!
I think the reinforcements help to shore up the lines as well. So it's so fast, and the whole line collapsed so quickly I didn't have enough time to like watch it. And Napoleon's joined the fray. Where else are Nappy? I can't see him. There he is.
Into the breach, man!
He's fled. Trying to protect his last cannon, old Nap. I think he's going to get out.
Ah! C'est sa cervelle! Nettoyez-moi ça!
The AI did very well to protect its cannons until the last second. Like off screen, you saw the my flanking cav killers just fled the battle. Because they got attacked by the lancers who were protecting the artillery, which was actually very good. So we lost 5,000 to 6,000. It was a slaughter. How did the Spanish get up there?
There is unused land suitable for farming in this region. Building farms here
Spain,
will help the
no.
population to grow over time and produce trade income.
Okay, I gotta move up north for my armies. Do I have a navy nearby who can help this out? I wonder if I can piece out the French now.
At the ready! By the left! March!
I need to build a navy. And then build an army down south to push these guys off. I'm not fighting the French now. I got bigger things to fry. I got to deal with the Spanish. Maybe go down and beat up the Spanish for a bit.
Reverse call.
There are not enough funds left in your treasury to build anything this turn. Increasing taxation and trade, or disbanding redundant armed forces, will raise your income in the short term.
Crown and country. Forward! March! More orders?
I don't want to lose Edinburgh. I needed that.
Ready and waiting for orders. Make ready! March! Your Majesty? Waiting for orders. Sir!
And this
Troops,
army can get deleted.
forward! Ready and waiting for orders.
Okay, here's the navy. We're going to send it back. Get all the boys on it.
Orders received. Yes. Immediately. Set sail. Jump to it and look lively. Orders received and understood. Make ready. Orders received and understood.
Okay, and then there's the second army moving up. Workers striking in Normandy. I couldn't care less. Oh God, I'll take the trade agreement, France. I'll take the trade agreement. I'll just do what I got to deal with this perfidious Spain.
Rioting has broken out in this region as the lower orders have become too unhappy. You must either appease the rioters by lowering taxes, or send in the troops to put them down.
Ready and
Whatever you
waiting
do, act quickly
Not my
before the
navy, I want
riot
my
becomes
army.
a rebellion.
Come on, army. Come on, army.
This is a ship, sir. Make ready. Hot.
A couple of nations got destroyed. Mostly Brussels and that. We're sort of back into a stalemate. I don't want a military alliance with you, Russia. You've basically killed my ally.
Rebellions grow in strength over time, the more they're left unchecked.
I couldn't care less. You can take that.
Always act quickly in these instances, otherwise the uprising may capture a region.
One, two, three, four. Switch. 1, 2. What do you mean I can't give you more troops?
Onward! Lord? Take ready.
What do you mean?
Sir, your orders? Forward for crown and
You know what? It
country!
doesn't matter.
Lord. Immediately.
This army needs artillery pieces. About 5 artillery pieces will do. And then it needs cavalry.
Your humble servant. Settlement besieged, Your Majesty. Immediately. Settlement besieged. Awaiting further orders. We are mighty and unbowed.
Okay, let's get this
Ready
into
for orders.
a ship-shape situation. So this army's going to move down here to garrison this, and then these 2 fleets, and move both my fleets up to begin a operation to invade Spain.
Lord. Any orders?
So I've got 3 cavalry, 5 artillery pieces. Let's give these guys this general infantry.
Take ready. March.
Yeah, continental war has been raging for some time.
There is unused land suitable for farming in this region. Building farms here will help the population to grow over time and produce trade income.
Your Majesty. Men, forward. Yes, sir.
So this army is going to go
Ship shape and Bristol
Your
fashion,
Majesty.
onto this
Captain.
boat, and then it's going to come back down south
Aye, aye, Captain.
to be replenned. This fleet's going to go back over here,
And waiting. Ship's
and this
orders,
army
Yes.
of cannons is going to come back over here.
Troops, forward. Forward. March.
Then the navy can go out this
Set
port.
sail.
We're going to create another navy vessel, and this army, of which should have plenty of replen now.
Your humble servant. Men, forward.
My French really going to betray me again. I mean, I know I'm Perfidious Albion, but still, it's not the end of the world, because if you look at my headcanon, Austria has more or less knocked out the Ottomans. And so now a resurgent Austria should be able to march into and hopefully challenge France.
Troops, sir, forward. Onwards. March. By the left. March.
So we're going to have we're going to have a full stack army, and then we're going to move this army down south.
March.
And these guys can just get sacked, I don't really need them anymore.
Your Majesty. Immediately. At
We're just going
ready.
to wail on Spain.
Sir. Your orders.
Spain, we're going to knock Spain out of the war and then we'll be good.
There is unused land suitable for farming in this region. Building farms here will help the population to grow.
So there's our two fleets.
Ready
First
for
fleet
orders.
goes in,
Make ready. March.
gets on the boat. And that fleet. 2 bit saves coming. And we'll move our forces down here.
On our way, Captain. Ship's
Arms
orders,
and
Captain.
supplies.
And then the second fleet
Ready for action.
gets on the boat.
Onward.
And we do the same. And we march them all the way down over here.
Yes.
With the plan to knock out the Spanish.
Awaiting further orders. Ship shape.
Then we're going to send these navies back up north.
Aye, aye, Captain. Ready for action.
And we're going to use them to bring this army, once this has been fully repaired, through down to support.
By the left. March.
I'm going to go bankrupt next term doing this, probably.
Ready and
Probably.
awaiting orders. Ready for orders. Yes, my lord. Onwards.
Indeed, total war. We got a solid. Well, the Spanish took Edinburgh for a while, but then we retook it, and then we've lost Calais after fighting a rather costly battle to keep it because of rebellion. But luckily, the French are no longer at war with us for now, and so we can mobilise our
Your
armies
orders, Your Majesty.
and knock out the Spanish.
Ready for battle. Lifting siege.
Which is the plan right now. The plan is to mobilise and knock out the Spanish. So we take Madrid next, and we should hopefully force the Italians into the Spanish into a
Where
peace
to,
deal.
Captain?
In my headcanon anyway.
Underway.
Ready and awaiting orders. Your orders, Your
Still
Majesty.
shipshape.
Yes, my lord.
Ah, long time no see, Dor. How's things? How's your weekend? How's life been treating you? I haven't been streaming for a while, so I've been pretty quiet on the Wheaton front. I was pretty tired because of Elden Ring. Elden Ring is the fault. It's the problem. I'm so addicted to that game. I've effectively lost. I lost track of time, like streaming and that. I mean, Elden Ring is my game of the year. Elden Ring was the main bay. Elden Ring was the necessary evil, right? Elden Ring is the best game ever made. I love it. What happened to the Spanish army? It just sort of disappeared.
By the left. March. Forward. March.
Who knows? Who knows or cares?
Your orders, Your Majesty.
Weigh
Moving aboard.
anchor.
Sir.
I love it. Elden Ring's great. It just runs really badly. Did you read? Did you get the auto read wrong? Did you type wrong? I don't think that's the correct. Oh, Austrians wants the abolition of slavery. Sorry, I can't let you have that. I don't think that's correct. That's the correct interpretation of my love of Elden Ring. Oh, there's Spanish. I was wondering when you guys would turn up. So, we have our second army coming down. The plan will be to do a two-pronged effort. One army to secure Catalonia, and the other army to secure the south.
Any orders?
But first things first, we're going to beat up the Spanish. Oh, I've watched Battlefield Friends. I have not.
We shall win.
I've not watched that. Still, as the game has gone on, more and more artillery. So at first I thought I'd balance it and only have 3 artillery pieces. Then Napoleon came along with like 6 artillery pieces. So I thought, you know what, AI, if you're going to bring 6 artillery pieces, I'm going to bring 6 artillery pieces. But then it sort of got a bit out of hand. And now you can see what the what has become. Literally this artillery spam. There's a game I've been keeping an eye on called BattleBit, which looks like it looks like a blocky sort of battlefield. But there's open playtest for that on the 16th of April. And I very much would like to play this. It's raining in Spain, that's new. Well, it's actually northern Spain. Great. Alright, where's my artillery pieces? So the plan will be to secure this hill and move the infantry along here. And then from there we can bombard the Spanish at leisure.
Damn this weather, sir. Wet powder makes misfires a certainty.
So we need to run as soon as we start. Oh no, it's not a new game, it's an old game. Well, it's not a new game, it's free to play. For now anyway, while they're still doing the open testing. So you don't have to worry about paying for stuff. How many artillery pieces can I fit on this hill? That's the question. That's the $1 million question. So the rush begins to secure the top. Yeah, send me that picture. Send me that sweet, sweet pics. Actually, how's things your end? How's the streams going? How's the YouTube channel? Any picked interesting games you've been playing? Oh, I do like SKSs. Look at that! Oh, for some reason I do love wooden stocks or wooden weapons. Full stop. Like the wooden outside. All the metal stuff gets a bit depressing. I look at the wooden aesthetic. For some reason, I don't feel like I'm going to have too many problems with the Spanish. As long as I can move my artillery in position before they mobilise, which would be good. Oh, how is Hell Let Loose? It's been a while since I've played that as well. Any improvements? Any updates? I've been enjoying Battle Cry of Freedom. That's pretty good. Because well, it's pretty good as a casual game. It's like 5 seconds in. I've just moved the artillery pieces I don't want to move. There we are. Fair one. I know there was an update for Postscriptum for the Cyprus campaign. Oh yeah, tanking is really fun in Hell Let Loose. Probably the funnest part about Hell Let Loose is the tanking. If you're just a pubber, you're going to have a bad time, but if you're in a lovely little tank, you can have a good time. Spanish are moving up with their artillery pieces, I'm moving up my artillery pieces. I'm moving my army forward to engage that.
Infantry elite. Right away. Guards. Infantry elite. Revolutionary Guard. Right away.
Oh, War Thunder's had the A10 Warthog, that's pretty dang. Why has it still got the non-combat music? I'm opening fire on the enemy cannons now. Form squares. Who will win? One Spanish cavalry unit. I need a pause first. My cannons in position yet? No. Good, good. So I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring, but I've been offline a bit. I think I've had a bit of a vitamin D deficit because I've been pretty tired, but I took vitamin D supplements and I'm feeling a lot healthier. I had a bit of a crappy last night. It was like 3 in the morning and the fire alarm went off and no one knows who's in charge of the fire alarm, so it was a bit of a pain in the ass. So I'm pretty tired today, but altogether I'm enjoying myself. I've got a couple of weeks off next week, so I'm just having a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Well, that went well. Very good. Any picture games, any ideas? Well, we could play a bit of Hell Let Loose. Alright, it's time to be aggressive with this cavalry. I'm always very protective of my cavalry.
Our men are running first.
Yeah, Hell Let Loose would be good. I'd have to reinstall it, but yeah, it'd be good. I go through phases of not playing it for ages, and I like install it and play like 10 minutes. Exactly. Yeah, I think Hell Let Loose would be good. They are ploughing through my centre. Alright, artillery positions.
Our men are running for them. Sir, our general is under attack.
Cannons, fire! Those cannons. Grape shot, fire. Cannon, grape shot, fire.
Cannon ready, sir. Our men are running for them.
Alright, time to start firing through my cannons with grape shot. Switch to melee.
Artillery reporting. Close to range. Battery reporting.
Hi Tom. Welcome back to cannons don't appear to be doing much. Are you firing blank, Mr. Cannon?
Our men are running for them.
Alright, the cav's going to save the day. I think I'm going to stay on round shot. Round shot actually appears to be doing stuff. That's cool. That'll be fun. Sounds like a good idea. I do want to play. I would like to play some more. How that loose? Okay, cannons. I'm going to tell you guys to halt. And then
Glorious
fire at will.
victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Just break through. Mass assault. Cav charge. Not much of a charge. Yeah, that's good. That square's crumbling. That square is crumbling. I always feel like I should have more reserves on my centre. My centre always appears to collapse a bit too easily. Probably my fault for shooting at cannons at face value. Oh well. Random horse. Okay, who's left? Who's left? Yep, there you are. Let's start charging. Apart from you guys are staying. Stay put. I feel like I need to upgrade my cannons because right now they're too slow. So when I'm trying to move onto hills and that, it's normally too late for them to have impact. Equally, I don't think that grape shot's very effective.
Infantry elite. Infantry elite. Moving out. Revolutionary Guard. Revolutionary Guard. Yes, sir. Infantry elite.
Spanish troops are too good. See if the flag bearer gets out. Alright, lessons learnt from that battle
None shall defeat us.
is garrison the centre with some reserves.
Destroy them! Glorious victory! Men, forward! My lord?
3 cannons. I can't afford another I can't actually get another cannon for you. How much cavalry have I got? 1 cavalry unit, so I need to hire some cav. 1, 2, 3. That recruitment? Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. And then we'll keep on going. Spanish checked for a while anyway. Okay, this army will move forward to take Catalonia.
Your orders, Your Majesty. Forwards! March!
And this unit can move back over here.
Weigh anchor! Ready and waiting.
Good. Doing pretty comfortably right now. As in, the French have left us alone for a bit.
Ready and awaiting orders.
Which is all we can hope for. And an easy way to playing as the UK is just turtling for like 30 turns and then bum rushing Paris. Because Paris is really where Napoleon's, well, where the French have the most of their economy.
Rats in a cage.
So we can liberate Catalonia if we want. You know what? Free Catalonia.
Waiting for orders. Forwards! March!
And then we can march on Madrid and secure Gibraltar afterwards.
Your humble servant. Onwards! Waiting
A new
for-
nation arises. Good old Catalonia. That's not controversial. Would you like to trade with me, Catalonia? No, but Mecklenburg would. You know what?
Forward! Yes, my lord.
Yeah, we're good.
March!
Even
Ready
though
for
both these armies aren't full strength, we should be fine to advance. Should be fine to advance and push into Spain. I actually don't want to build up the economy here. I want to build it up north, where it's actually safe. And you see, this is entirely the Spanish' fault, or the Spain's fault, really. Now, I was more than happy to leave them be, but no, they had to decide to take Edinburgh.
There is unused land suitable for
Land
farming.
country!
Norman rebels, eh? Okay. So, what's the situation going on right now? So, France has retaken most of the territory I YOLO'd through. And Prussia has in fact been very aggressive and taken Amsterdam, Brussels and Reims, which is rather awkward because that means he's really advancing rather devilishly. The Swiss are still my protectorates, that's good. And the Austrians are equally expanding rapidly into an empire, so the balance of power is somewhat changing. Perhaps France is no longer the threat as I expect it to be, and so I may move away from beating up the French for a while and perhaps move up to beat up the Austro-Hungarians for a bit, depending on whether or not I can get the French to be my friends again, which is unlikely. Which is unlikely. I'm also at war with the Ottomans, I don't know why. I can't even give you tech. In any case, we need to keep going. Once I knock out the Spanish, we should have most of the eastern seaboard. Would Portugal like to be my friend again? No, but you're allied with Spain. But I haven't declared war on me, so you know. As long as you're not at war with me, we can be friends, Portugal. Okay.
Halt!
This is a weird sort of Peninsula campaign because we're not at war with the French while doing this Peninsula campaign.
Forward! March!
Yeah. I'm going to have to be Perfidious Albion here and keep the French alive for a while.
Lord! Your humble servant. Prepare for battle! Make camp. Your humble servant. Your Majesty. By the left. Lord. March. Your Majesty.
Good. A threatened Spain is a healthy Spain. Now that we've freed up most of the world, we can also do a bit of trade now if we are so inclined. So we can buy a couple of trade ships and get that ball rolling. I feel like I've beaten up the French too much, and now and now the rest of Europe is still too strong.
There is unused land suitable for farming in this region. Building farms here.
Okay, where's my India man?
Set sail.
20 cotton.
And look lively. Any orders?
Your humble servant. Your orders, Your Majesty. Sir!
Ah,
Your humble servant. Raise the flag!
so the siege of Madrid. Apparently it's fairly even in terms of battle. I beg to differ, bearing in mind that I've bought enough cannons to nuke a small country. And Welly's so well loved that he's almost unbeatable. Alright, all cannons at the front. All infantry. Group. Double line. That's not really what I had planned.
Revolutionary Guard!
Good.
Yes, sir.
Are cannons close enough to fire?
Artillery!
No. No, they're not. Cannons. What sort of range are we talking about here, cannons? Good. They're going to walk into it. Gotta be careful here and extend this line out on the right.
Cannon ready, sir.
And these guys can move forward on the attack.
Our general is under attack.
Where's the general? General. Ah, shit. I gotta zoom out because the cannons are so aggressive. Maximum aggression, boys. I'm gonna roll up the left flank. Have enemy charging. Yeah, lots of battles today. This is where things are ramping up because we're going on the offensive. Anything can't handle it, anything can't handle it. I wonder if I can turn off that screen shake, because that screen shake is excessive. I think I've turned off my my map.
Our men are running, sir.
My cavalry's all over the place.
¡Cuidado! ¡Los cañones! ¡Llévense! ¡Los cañones! ¡Cuidado! ¡Los cañones!
Shock and awe! Shock and awe, boys! Ah! Where's my cannons? There they are. Cannons! Good fire to this guy.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Yeah.
Our men are running, sir.
Retreat. This is not a lot of tactics. There was not a lot of tactics going on in this battle. It's just a case of mass shock. Just pure shock. But you can laugh at and say, well, you know, shock was a concept used in 18th century warfare, 19th century warfare. Oh, I wish I could see my map. Oh, battle's ended. Easy battle. Easy crushing of the Spanish.
Victory is ours. Prepare for war.
And not too many casualties either, which is nice. Now Spain, would you like to peace out? So I can betray you and take your territory? No. Instead he's going to march around me forever. And the French are once again back in the game. Still, at least I bought a few turns to deal with the Spanish. I won't surrender.
Sir, your orders?
Trying to move down and take Gibraltar. Can I make any good cannons? No, I can't. I could really do with some healthy cannons now. But alas,
Your orders, your
it was not meant to be.
Set sail. Jump to it and look lively. Still shipshape.
No pressure. I think in this time period he had quite an overbearing wife as well, the Prussian monarch, so a lot of the militaristic ideals, or a lot of the foreign policy came from good old
Majesty.
the wife.
Battle.
I forgot her name. Wilhelmina, I think. Okay, the Ottoman Empire's dead. My army is going to be ready to move north soon. I'm not at war with the Kingdom of Portugal. We can wait one more turn before we have to advance.
Orders.
In the meantime, we can keep on doing dirty trade.
Ship's orders.
So we look at our trade now. We're starting to make some cotton and tobacco and furs, which will be good for us in the long term, meaning that we can make a lot of money from our trade deals. Napoleon is badly losing to the Prussians. Interesting. So we got one for furs, one for tobacco, and one for cotton. So let's see if we can find another trading source. See, maybe one for spices or something like that. Sugar. Sugar would be nice.
Underway.
Your orders, Your Majesty. They are trapped.
We don't need to fight that long.
Victory!
Gibraltar has been reclaimed. Now the army can move back up north. We'll send one soldier to occupy this trade port.
Orders. March!
And then this army can move north to finally knock the Spanish out of the war. Go, go, Spain! Sadly, I do believe the French have outstayed their welcome and must go. What sort of troops? They got elite infantry, but I can win this so easily. Do I really need to fight this? I think I do, as the AI is gonna... The quick battle is gonna screw me up. No. Any hills? Didn't realise bloody Spain was so flat. The cav can go in the centre this time.
Artillery reporting.
You can come to me, I can't be bothered to move all the way over to you. You guys really gonna halt out just outside my range? Wow, aren't you clever? Fine. That was pretty clever of you. Alas, I don't think it's going to save you. Van Limba. Yeah. I think we're fine. Give me a show of force on this enemy position here. Okay, let's start moving the infantry up.
Revolutionary Guard!
Be careful here. And straighten up this line. Especially going to do any mean cav charges.
Infantry, elite!
Sharpshooters in position, sir.
Infantry, militia! Square! Revolutionary Guard!
Why do I have militia in my army?
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
A cav charge? It is, but not really a cav charge in my army.
Our men are running, sir!
Mr. Great. God. Cannons charge. I think it's because my own cannons were shooting at me, at my own troops, which is not the best.
Our men are running, sir! Our men are running, sir!
Go, go, go! I can't really see what's going on with the trees.
Our men are running, sir!
My own fault. Bad artillery placement. Bad artillery placement. grape shot's bad in this game.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
At least in the mod, it's bad. I feel like every single time I use grape shot, it would have been better if I just used normal cannon fire.
Our men are running, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Easy, easy clap. Just need to, next time, not put the infantry units so close in front of the cannons, because they will literally just blow my own troops up. Surprised you guys haven't surrendered yet. Oh, they're completely collapsed. That's interesting.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
You've done pretty well, guerrillas. I wonder if I just charge you. That's more optimum.
Our men are running, sir.
So if we take a look at the cannons over here, you see that a lot of my troops, I reckon, got blown up along the tree line. Unfortunately.
Undaunted, undefeated.
Portugal's slowly getting more pissed off of us. I've got to be careful, Portugal, because if they get too angsty
Yes,
with me,
Galleons ready. We are mighty and unbowed. Crush them. Huzzah! Huzzah! Form line for battle. Proud and victorious.
that should be the Spanish out for the count, but I guess not, because they've still got one territory left. So if we have a word with the Spanish now. Kingdom of Spain, how would you like a peace deal? and a trade deal. And then Kingdom of Portugal, who I suspect is not too happy with us. Where is Portugal? You're not a major nation. Oh, you're at war with us. Well, that's a bit of a shame, old Portugal, old boy. That's a crying shame. And the Swiss have finally been dealt a lethal blow. To be expected. Yes, I'm more worried about the Prussian snake. No thanks, Austria.
Sail for home. Reef sails.
I've got to deal with the Portuguese because they'll start upsetting my trade,
The fleet is lost.
unfortunately. As you've already noticed in that one swoop.
The call to battle.
We've got an army there, but I think it'll be fine. Who keeps cancelling my trade? Spanish are once again at war. Okay, you are no longer allied with the French. This is your chance for a new start. Don't make me regret this.
We shall win. Virtue and valor unconquered. Yes, my lord.
We need more cannons. We need better cannons than what we currently have.
Set sail. Jump to it and look lively. Still shipshape.
Your Majesty.
I'll take the Earl of Oxbridge, why not? So I would like more cannons. There we are. I don't think the Portuguese will be too much of a problem. They have another army in the north, but I don't think that'll be too awkward. They'll either start moving south to protect Portugal. Portuguese
You
Navy.
have recruited so many units, your treasury is buckling under the weight of their upkeep. Capturing new regions would spread the costs, as well as putting the men to good use. Raising taxes will also help, although that also increases the chances of insurrection. Alternatively, simply disband any unnecessary units.
The siege is broken.
There you are. Now you should be my friend. Yeah. Alright, where'd that army go?
Yes.
This army's going to stay right here in preparation, just in case you decide to do anything silly. Just for my benefit. I need that sugar. Sugar, sugar, do, 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 do. Honey, honey. And then what's over here? Sugar, tea. Oh, we gotta have the tea. Tea, ivory, ivory, spices. Okay, we need to keep going. We can't stop. The perfidious trader begins. Still, that should get the Portuguese back into bed.
All hands on deck. Troops, forward. On our way, Captain.
Yeah. My money's coming in from that trade now. The French are too bogged down to really worry about my about my forces, which is great. Great news. So I really just want a bit of everything, if I'm honest. I just want a bit of ivory. I want a bit of tea. I want a bit of the old spices. A bit of coffee. Anything else? Coffee, coffee. Good, there's no fancy trade there, so we need some coffee next time. Literally just going shopping and shopping in Europe.
Destination ahoy.
Oh, there's the Duke of Wellington. So we're going to leave one army there for us, and then this army, once it's fully healed up, we will march forward. Can I convert you into gunsmith? Yeah, I'm going to convert you to a gunsmith. And I think I have no choice but to begin advancing north and knocking out the French, otherwise the French will just be a consistent pain in my ass. Russia, no. It's become too strong, Russia. Okay, that's my full stack army there. We're making a whopping 16,000, which is very reassuring. Trade is good.
Orders.
Especially when you're not being contested.
Yes, Your Majesty. Ship's orders received. Ship's orders.
Fucking Danish.
Make ready.
You're on my spices, Denmark.
Reef sails. Underway. Reef sails. Yes, Your Majesty. All away.
What's the most expensive right now? Furs and ivory is the most expensive, so if we go and start stacking the ivory nodes, we'll be able to make a lot of money very quickly. Plus that's if the Danish don't stop us, which they appear hell-bent on doing so.
Destination on the way.
To be fair, I don't think the French have a port to continue military operations. They're very badly getting slapped right now. Sorry, France.
Orders received and understood. Yes, Captain.
Good
Ship's
ivory.
orders. Make ready.
Stack that ivory.
Aye, aye, sir. Any orders? Officer, on deck.
Are we getting any tea? Yeah, we're getting some tea. That's good. Make sure we get some tea out of principle, you know.
Make ready. Weigh anchor.
Okay, we got some coffee now, and now the last thing we need is spices. Then we will be truly a trading nation.
Officer, on deck. Come about.
Okay.
Drop anchor.
Russia's on on Paris's doorstep. I got to do something to stop. I can't. I've got to take France before Germany does. I mean Prussia. I know where this leads. If I don't, I've read the history books.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Lovely. Spain is still hostile to us. I can't ally with you because you've just re-allied with France. Oh no, you haven't. How many turns left do you think this is going to take to be fully replenished? Who knows? Anyway, we should make a second army. Five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get some light infantry. There we are. That should be us soon in a good spot.
Officer, on deck. Set.
Although I'm a bit fed up, the Danish decided to take my stuff.
Still
I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but it's the principle of the matter, you know.
Underway. Yes, Captain. Ready and waiting.
Then I'll just let the AI do my construction for me. And the Russians betraying. No, just broken alliance. They probably will be betraying each other soon. I'm to Spain, but in by Austria. Bruh. Everyone's being so aggressive. Stop.
Set sail. Jump to it and look lively. Aye, aye, sir. Set sail. Jump to it and look lively. Still shipshape.
Russia's got a trade
Aye, aye, sir.
node. Interesting.
Aye, sir.
So we're pretty financially secure now. We can chill. Start building up our forces.
Forwards for crown and country! Ready and waiting for orders. Make ready.
Royal British Marines. British Fusiliers. And then the line infantry. There we are.
By the left, march!
What is this?
Ready and
Okay,
awaiting
that's
orders.
another force. How many turns? Low replenishment. Alright, 2 more turns and then we're moving out. 2 more turns and we're moving forward. For operation.
By the left, march! Yes, my lord.
I wish you'd stop doing that. There we are. Yeah, we're going to go full military tech now.
By the left, Your Majesty.
I have another Royal Marine. Good. Get the last navy in position. What's this? Oh, these are merchantmen I didn't use. Cool. Okay, so get this navy. Aha! So trade is very, very useful. I'm surprised. I should have really used this a bit earlier. Now I am rolling in cash through this trade. Get some sweet, sweet spice.
shipshape. Aye, aye, sir.
I feel like you get some diminishing returns doing this. Hey ho. Whatever. I'm not allying with you.
Forward!
Okay, it's time to advance. We're going to move into Aquitaine and then move into Pays d'Oc, and then eventually move forward to secure Paris before the Prussians do.
Forward line for battle! Rats in a cage. Victory!
Then with the second army, we can begin moving this second army forward. And then our two armies will congeal in the north. That's the sort of trade you want. Unfortunately, trade in the long game doesn't work because eventually you have no one to trade with, so bear that in mind.
Your Majesty. Attack! Lord. Men, forward!
Time they congeal elsewhere. I don't think congeal is the right word, I can't remember what the right word is.
Aye, aye, sir.
Britain rules the waves is out of really just a lack of a competitor, really.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Still shipshape. Aye, aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Yes, sir.
They're pretty much the same. Apart from the Swiss have got more morale, so you want the Swiss instead. I feel like the French lost simply because they were too busy running around trying to fix all the taken land.
Troops, forward!
The Prussians have taken France. I've taken Paris. I can't allow that to continue.
Ready and awaiting order. Begin siege. Victory is ours. March!
Time we begin moving forward.
Yes, my lord.
Our two armies will move to take Paris and will declare war
March! Any further orders?
on the Prussians. And then once we take Paris, I'll be able to call it a GG there, because I'm pretty much in a position of being unstoppable. Yeah, at this stage, because I've pretty much taken most of everything I need, it's pretty clear that I'm going to win the war. Let's go do some diplomacy. To knock out the Prussians from their alliances. So all I got to do is go over here. So work out who's allied with Prussia. Prussia's allied with the Austrian Empire, so go to the Austrian Empire. Break alliance with the Kingdom of Prussia. And give a load of payments, I suspect. Who's he allied with next? He's allied with Denmark, so you know what? It's probably easy if I just go to Prussia. Tell him to break all his alliances. So Russian, Kingdom of Saxony, Kingdom of Sweden, Mecklenburg, Naples, Denmark, and let's give him everything. Let's give him shitloads of payments. There you go. Now Prussia has no friends. Now I can declare war on Prussia.
Your humble servant. Sir, your orders? To arms! Galleons ready. Ready for orders. Prepare for war.
And thus, that is Global Diplomacy 101. You tell, you basically wander up to the King of Prussia and be like, hey, would you mind breaking all your alliances with all your allies while my troops mass on the border? I don't know about that, bro. That seems a little bit sus. I'll give you 5,000 gold a turn. Hello, timey-wimey. Welcome to Napoleonic cheese. And quite literal cheese. I don't want to go to war with the Italian state. Okay, here we go. First Battle of Prussia. So we'll call it here once I take Paris, if I take Paris. So they have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cannons to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10 versus 10. And they got a load of line infantry, and I've got a load of line infantry. Pretty standard battle, really. Looks like we're pretty evenly matched. I mean, Clausewitz is leading the way. Flat. Very, very flat. Okay, we're going to put all artillery on one corner. So. Now we're going to put all our infantry to the right of that. And that way we'll stop what happened last time. I just got obliterated by my own stupidity. And that is very uncivilized, of course. Unfortunately. Well, actually, rather fortunately. That's what I find depressing about modern warfare. It's all very uncivilized. You don't have any waving the white flag for a ceasefire for 5 hours. Or stop for lunch with the officers. It's quite literally, yeah, we'll just nuke each other. We'll just drone strike each other. So here's my high IQ plan. We're going to put our cannons on one of the flanks. From here, once the enemy marches into us, we should be able to smack decisively into one of their flanks, overwhelming the position. And then our cavalry's in the rear, just in case they decide to attack our cannons. Our infantry will move up in the centre, and hopefully we'll be able to turn the flank. Alas, I'm not sure if this is going to work. Perhaps it will not work. They have decided to mass their cavalry where my cannons are. This is perhaps not the brightest strategic option. Well, it might work. You just gotta believe. They might do a charge or a light brigade, you know? Like the Prussian version. Yes. Run into the cannons, please. Only if the drone strikes are only bad if the country who's doing it you don't like. Then drone strikes are bad. If it's your own country, then it's fine. That's the rules. Get a little bit closer, boys. I can taste the key and the fused cannonballs. It's not solid shot. It's actually a shot with a load of tea leaves in the centre, which blows open and the tea leaves get in your eyes, and it's very uncomfortable. Oh, that's a lovely cannon shot. I mean, it's actually. I mean, if the graphics were a bit more modern, then actually it'd be an awful cannon shot. You'd feel rather depressed by the whole situation. But you know, yes, I am. I'm from the UK, from the lovely south. And now, rather amusingly, we like to think that the north is very uncivilized and backwards. But northerners tend to be much more polite than southerners. However, southerners tend to have better food. What do you mean? You guys are wonderfully polite. Like, the difference in the north, when I run the risk of when I'm on public transport, someone striking a conversation with me. In the south, no one will have a conversation with me if I'm on public transport. And that is why the south is superior. And plus Greg's is awful. Like, I didn't realise how much a meme Greg's was until I actually came up north. And then I realised there's queues outside of Greg's. He has no friends. No Englishman has real friends. We just have people we put up with. We tolerate. Absolutely. And you be grateful. I even ordain to speak to you. That's how amazing the British are. But saying that, you Americans are just equally as bad. You Americans are just the opposite. You're just like friends with everyone, and you talk about everything. Like in America, like your freedom of speech is like really important to you, and so like you'll have an opinion on stuff. Whereas in England, it's sort of a faux pas to sort of forcefully put forward your opinion. Like you try and keep your opinion to yourself, but imply it via the words you say. Like you have to read between the lines, whereas Americans are like, nah, that shit ain't good. I think we have a pretty acceptable friendship. You don't want too friendly a friendship. You know, you don't want me bloody phoning you in the middle of the night going, hey babe, hey friend, what you up to? Oh yeah, well farmers are farmers, you know. Farmers are a breed of their own. This has worked extremely well, like ridiculously well. I wish there was a way to turn off that screen shake. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Yeah, Door's a good bloke. He's a chilled up dude. Not a shooting match here. Normally the French tend to be much more aggressive, whereas the Prussians seem to be much more stop and shoot. Until I saw that. I think we do pretty well. We do pretty well together. Ah, the good old total war AI, especially for the gunpowder. Let's run across the gunpowder line and see what happens. This won't have any long-term repercussions. Hee hee. Quite depressing, that line. I like how in Darthmod the bodies stay behind so you can see where most of the engagements took place. Pretty good one. Not one of my larger ones. When I played the French, I like to have quite a large cavalry corps. So I like to have to do Murat charges and that. Only for 10 damn straight. Imagine actually showing your feelings. The very idea is distasteful to an Englishman. This is a pretty easy battle. The Prussians. What's the quote? In what do you call it? Jena. I think it was Jena. Jena Auerstadt. The Prussians were extremely disciplined, but died in good order, something like that, you know. Extremely disciplined, died in good order because they just stood there and just got mown down. Which is pretty much what was this. This was basically Jena. This was French territory Jena, as the Prussians just stood there and just got gunned down. Like, you can see the lines from where they just stood in one place. It's very embarrassing for the Prussians in this war, because before the Napoleonic period, the Prussian army was supposed to be like this rather well-known model army. It's supposed to be extremely well-disciplined and sort of, under Frederick the Great, an extremely well-known military force in terms of its discipline and its ability to fight. And at Jena Auerstadt, it has completely showed how archaic the whole Prussian system was. Yeah, you had to be something really, like, the very idea of us standing in three lines and getting shot at, and just hundreds, well, thousands of soldiers doing it is insane. Like, in some cases, you'd only be like 100 feet away from the enemy. Not even that, you'd be like proper close because the muskets were so inaccurate, so you'd have to like stand, like, and look in the whites of the enemy's eyes. I think I'd like to be a cannoneer. In this time period, I'd like to be a cannoneer. What do you call it? An artillery guy, because artillery becomes the craze, and you just sort of left to your own devices. as a specialist. You're not actually in the front of the fighting, unless of course things go wrong. Now, some historians have like looked at the 17th century warfare and came to the conclusion that the reason why the battles weren't as bloody is because generally it was more sort of for show, but not for show. But if one of these guys charged an enemy position at bayonet, then normally they wouldn't stay and fight to the death. One side would just withdraw and reform. And that way, that's why casualties were quite low, because it wasn't this sort of, it was sort of very controlled violence. And of course, by the inaccuracy of the muskets and that, generally it became a case of which regiment stayed the most organised, and if they weren't organised, then the armies would withdraw. But of course, that eventually starts changing in the Napoleonic period because of the ideological aspect of the French Revolutionary Wars. And the growing improvements to that technology, and then you start seeing large amounts of casualties. And then of course you have the American Civil War, where the Americans just don't retreat at once they have a bayonet charge, they just don't retreat, and so they just stab each other to death. And so you have a lot of British observers like sort of looking down on these Civil War armies because of the way they behaved. They didn't really fight in a quote-unquote gentlemanly fashion. But yeah, the Napoleonic period is probably the swan song for that sort of that mentality of warfare. And then it quickly started to evolve, because as the weapons became more accurate, of like the rifled muskets and the mini bolts and that, you stopped seeing the sort of, well, the casualties got too severe, basically. You couldn't get into a line anymore because you got blown apart from 1,000 yards. And then you ended up with like smokeless gunpowder and things like that. And breech-loading cannons, yeah, it all started going wrong. I suppose you could interpret the Crimean War as close. The Crimean War could have been the swan song for the old-style gentlemen's wars.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
I think we became too modernised. I think we became too technologically advanced, and then war lost its sort of noble aspect to it. Now, when you think of like warfare in the Napoleonic period, you think of these great heroic charges, or if you're not particularly literate, a charge of Light Brigade, which occurred in the Crimean War, but don't worry about it. Or the thin red line, which also occurred in the Crimean War. But now, when you think of modern warfare, you think IEDs, drone strikes, terrorist attacks, entire apartment blocks being obliterated by rocket artillery, so you never actually see the enemy, you just get ripped apart by excessively large amounts of ordnance. Yeah, I think warfare unfortunately became too advanced. Yeah, imagine if, yeah. Yeah, imagine if they had not learned the lessons of the war, and they actually did try and fight the first part of the First World War as line infantry. It'd be an absolute slaughter. Well, the French bloody well did. They fought in like columns at the start of the First World War, and then it went horribly wrong. And so did the Germans. They sort of fought in column-based warfare. What do you call them? Well, effectively column d'attack, which is effectively what you see in the French in this game, column d'attack. But unfortunately, fortunately, they quickly learned that doesn't really work well against machine guns. Of course, they didn't fight like this, but of course they fought like extended lines and stuff like that. And then, of course, as the war went on, they started realizing machine guns bad. Machine guns bad. Not a lot of countries knew what to do with machine guns early on because they didn't know if to treat it like artillery pieces, and like having like machine gun companies, what the British ended up doing for a while, or to treat them, treat them like artillery, or to actually give them to the or spread them out. And so early in the First World War, on that, like a lot of old officers sort of looked down on the on machine guns. Until, of course, they found out how devastatingly powerful machine guns were, and then they quickly changed their tune. Yeah, a lot of it was due to the size as well. The early machine guns, were like the Lewis gun, and so on, were too heavy. Now, one of the few nations that, like I think you did like a 6-man team for the Lewis gun in the First World War, or was it a 4-man team? I can't recall. But of course, the Germans were pretty far ahead when it came to technology and warfare. For the First World War, they knew how to use machine guns, and they tended to rely more on firepower. But I'm pretty sure their machine gun was a lot more mobile compared to the British and French equivalents. I think the French, even the French, I think did the French use? Was it? No, it wasn't Lewis gun. It was a Vickers. It was Vickers. I meant Vickers, not Lewis. So, because of how machine guns like work in terms of the bullet trajectory, if you fire a certain trajectory, it goes over hills and that. And so the assumption was that you could use them like in artillery pieces, and if you fired them far away enough, you could go over sort of ridge lines and hills because of the trajectory of the machine guns or the machine gun bullets. And of course, if that didn't work, you just have machine gun companies and you treat them like batteries of artillery, but instead with machine guns. But that quickly changed when people realised that probably wasn't the brightest idea.
Victory! Forward!
Is that a second army? That is.
Country!
Run away!
Your orders, Your Majesty.
Oh god, there's so many of them.
Forward and country!
I did not expect that. But yeah, eventually, of course, the tech changed and people realised, perhaps this was not the brightest idea. I think the Belgians actually, the Lewis gun was a Belgian invention that eventually became used in the British Army. Ah, yes. I love it when the Prussians...
You have recruited so many units, your treasury is buckling under the weight of their upkeep. Capturing new regions would spread the costs, as well as putting the men to good use. Raising taxes will also help, although that also increases the chances of insurrection. Alternatively, simply disband any unnecessary units.
Raise the flag!
Oh, there's France. France came back. Welcome back, France.
Sir! Forward! Your Majesty. Troops! Forward! Your humble servant. Your orders, Your Majesty. By the left! Make ready! Sir!
Okay, we've got enough troops. These guys can get deleted now. Hey, France. Oh, shit. I didn't mean that. Lewis gun was good. The Shorshot, I don't think was as good. And I think the French semi-automatic rifle was also pretty bad. I think it was used to premature detonations. I forgot which one it was. Was it a birth, yeah, or something like that? There was one, if you like didn't load it properly, it blew up on you.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Line for battle!
Not much of a battle. But we'll fight it as a last hurrah. And then you had the MGO 8. I think the MGO 8 and the MGO 9 for the Germans. Russians, I think, let's use Vickers. Let's use their own version of the Vickers. The Italians had eventually late the Berettas, but that was late. I think again they used Lewis. And the Austrians, I think, also used a variant of the Lewis gun, but I can't remember. Also, the Austrians had I'm away next week and a week after, though. Unfortunately, I won't be back for 2 weeks
Damn this weather,
after
sir. Wet powder
today.
makes misfires a certainty.
But I will try when I'm back to see if we can play together. No worries, have a good one, timey-wimey, and enjoy. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and the rest of your weekend. Gosh, yes indeed. A kind of charge. I should move the cannons up. What I want is some horse-drawn cannons, alas. But I would check out BattleBit, though. It's in early testing right now. I think the next test is the 16th of April, and it looks really fun. Like, looks really fun. I've seen a few YouTube videos of it. So after I'm done taking Paris, I think I'll stop for dinner, and then I'll make a decision on what to play after. I may play more Elden Ring, or I may chill for a bit. I've got a recording of a High 4 test I was doing on not rocket artillery, railway guns, which I need to edit as well, but I can do that later. And I've got Steel Division 2 installed, but I don't really want to play it. I just wanted to play something different, but then on hindsight I realised I don't really want to play it. Because I just know it'll be a case of mindlessly smacking my head against a wall for the next 20 minutes or so. As off-map artillery gets detonated. Over and over and over. Now I've got to be aggressive here because my cannons are going to be threatened, so let's move forward. What do you do? Yeah, I played Toy 4 this morning when I was checking my Bulgaria, playing as Bulgaria to see if it was better to use railway guns, whether or not you could be a railway gun only nation. That's going to go up onto YouTube once I've done some editing on that, because it's a pretty boring video. It's a case of, this is me doing railway guns, this is the end effect. It's not that good.
Our men are running first.
I mean, we could play Italy or something. I haven't played Italy in a while. But it's so easy on single player. Could try a multiplayer game, but I've got to be driving. I've got to drive tomorrow. I've got to go on a 4-hour drive, so I'm not sure if I want to do it. I could just play a meme game. I could play like Erno's crab game. I could literally just install crab game and play that piece of garbage.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
And they have just done another patch to not Ultimate General, Grand Tactician, American Civil War. I could play another Confederate game of that, but my playlist is very congested with that. Only 2 rows. You good? I think so. It was a pretty easy battle. We weren't really evenly matched here. Bit of a disappointment. I think that the main French army sort of led.
Our men are running, sir.
As you can probably tell by my bodies compared to their bodies. As easy enough. It's a case of polishing off these guys, or that unit. And the job is done.
None shall defeat us. Galleons ready.
Mentioned in dispatches. Fire. Dispatches. Backer.
Lord. Anything more?
And that is Paris taken. So we can continue on the campaign. I may continue it, I may not, I haven't decided yet. Probably will continue it. If I get bored, I'll have this installed in the back, because although I've taken Paris, I think we're still in a pretty comfortable stage. We'll be fighting a few battles one after the other, until we've dealt with the Prussia and Austria. And then after, I think we've built Prussia, I reckon once we take these big 3 cities, we'll get to such a financial level that we'll just be able to steamroll everything. Especially because we've got a lot of nations that are allied with us, even though the Italian state is now being sieged by the Austrians, which is unfortunate. In any case, that is Darthmod, always a favourite, always much loved, because you can have a few wonderful set-piece battles and enjoy yourself. I don't know what I'll be playing next, so I will take a look. Do I really want to play a crab game? How many people are playing crab game? 2,000 people playing crab game. Indeed. Is it worth it? What other games are currently on sale? Just Act Natural. No, that looks garbage. Sorry. Top Sailors. Garbage. Popular Upcoming. Garbage. Specials. Garbage. Battlefield 5? I don't even know if I've got that installed. Let's take a look. Have I got Battlefield 5 installed? I've got Battlefleet Gothic Cossacks 5. No, I don't. I'd have to go back into my EA account and get that reinstalled, and I don't think I really want to. I don't think that game's good enough to deserve a reinstall. But look forward to in future when I'm back. Hopefully some BattleBit. If that failing that, some more Elden Ring and other bits and bobs I play. But right now it's been a pretty quiet, quiet spell this year, and until more strategy games come out, we're sort of waiting for new content. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll be maybe on later. I may just upload some YouTube videos. I haven't decided yet, but that was me for today. So adieu, have a good one, and I'll see you all later. Adieu.